Om, then you will find one is anti-clockwise, one is clockwise, and there is clockwise and anti-clockwise superposition. So I read once a beautiful description that to run every single dynamics of the universe, you need to go either clockwise, anti-clockwise, that is positive polarization, or a positive spin, up spin, down spin, and superposition of the states, that is quantum. So if you take all these three things together, you can explain anything and everything in the universe. But Om is also called the primordial sound of the universe. It means when there was the explosion of Hiranyagarbha, or during the cycle of Brahman, when there is a life, death, and survival, sthiti, and pralay. So all these three things when run in a cycle, then the vibration that remains constant is Om. So Om is also considered is that Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. So you have three things like Bhur, Bhuva, Swaha. So these three things signifies Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, and then we also connect Om with many other different features. So today we will dive down into these explanations and try to figure out that why over the last 10,000 years we have explored many different kind of physical significances of this particular three-letter word, and time and again, time has shown that this particular sound we have not left. And I would also explain my fundamental research. So what I did is I took Audacity. So you can do that. Audacity, and you pronunciate Om, and you see the pattern that is coming. You will find a triplet, Sattva, Raja, Tama, and you will find in the triplet, if you make perfect pronunciation, in the first one, the intensity would increase and decrease. You will find four ups and downs loops. Inside the second loop, you will find 4, and in third loop, you will find 4. So 4 into 3, 12. You always get it, and it is very easy. Just download from internet Audacity, the software, and you check by yourself that when you make the perfect pronunciation, not very oh, no, just normal way. If you just do it oh, then you can figure out that what is the perfect pronunciation, how I can make 12 notes, and it's 4 4 4. So 4 into 3 multiplication. So so Om should be pronunciated in a very proper manner. The notes will be fixed, in Sanskrit, especially in Vedic rhythms, that every length of every note, the time is strictly fixed, and that's why you you clap in the hand in a very specific manner, and you practice years after years, so that if you can pronunciate it properly and very well, then the fundamental rhythm that constituted us, and it is because we are made of nested rhythms. Every 11 day we get a new skin, every 3 months we get new blood, every 17 months we get a new kidney, every 3 days our lining in the intestine gets replaced. In the 7 to 8 years we get a new bone. In 50 years half of the cells of our heart gets replaced. So this clock inside a clock inside a clock architecture represents entire body, my life, my aging process, and everything. And in that, the fundamental note, that triplet I told you in some other videos, that if you go 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and you calculate how many ways that integer using primes you can combine, and you put it vertical line, if you rotate it, you will get a temple like beautiful architecture. And that is how people have mathematized Purusha, Sankhya philosophy, and others. I'm not getting into that, but triplet is a fractal in that particular mathematical structure. And the triplet is also Sattva, Raja, Tama, different guna, 3 different gods that we have imagined. So Om is a significance of all of them. Just like 108, one number, can explain several things. We always create 108 names for gods. There are certain reasons. We'll make one episode for that. But Om, the 3 different dynamics. One clockwise, one anti-clockwise, and one superposition of both, you can see that you are drawing it. So there is a reason. You just don't draw it just because, okay, let's do it, something like that. No, there is a physical significance even encoded in the drawing process, and of course in the sound also. So these both things you have to balance with each other. Now I would like to go little deeper with a pause, and then you can check whether you would like to get into all these deeper thoughts or not. The first physical significance and the implication of Om that I would like to bring is vagus nerve stimulation. Vagus nerve comes from there all the way to stomach and then down, and because it comes from there, when you take a bath, a lot of creative ideas come to your mind. And if you sing Om, because you take the wind from your navel, so Nada Brahma, so that's why the vagus nerve gets activated, parasympathetic nervous system gets activated, and also at the same time your limbic system is much more pronounced and gets balanced. You get heart rate variability, and fMRI has shown several impacts if you pronunciate Om for 5 to 7 seconds. There is a typical duration, as I told you, and you know how to fix it. You have to download Audacity and then cross check it. So vagus nerve stimulation is one point of research. There are many research articles that how Om pronunciation could help you in activating the parasympathetic nervous systems. So frontal and parietal lobe. The frontal lobe and parietal is just here. These two lobes in the bone gets severely activated if you say mm. Try to do this and you will find 40% of the energy passes through these two regions and activates. So basically what happens, if you look at the brain bone thickness over the brain, that the skull that is covering, the thickness of the bone is different at different parts of the brain. So what happens when you say the cranial activation, the cranial nerve activation through entire your face, mm, do this for a long period of time and you will see the effect immediately. Cranial nerve activation and the thinner part of the nerves, where this part and this part, which part is very thin, and cortex region of the brain. And there are 14 different layers that we identified in our research when we are working on human subjects in hospitals. And we measured the signal, the radiation maximum comes up from through here. You see one part of the frontal bone and the back part of the bone has a junction. There is a crack where the signal mostly come out, and that part gets hugely activated when you have Om, but that part you extend for a long period of time. So cranial activation is the second thing that you should be thinking about. So what happens when I pronunciate ooh? Then due to the vocal cord, you will find, if you put sensors, EEG sensors, you will find that 6 hertz to 10 hertz, high theta low alpha, this particular region gets highly activated. So people have found and published research articles on how, because EEG study is very easy. You just make those pronunciation, um, and then you see the effect. Then I know the cranial bones I'm activating where it is the thinnest. So fine tuning my interactions with the nature. When I'm saying ooh, then I'm vibrating between alpha and theta. It's a particular band where my local movement of parasympathetic nervous system gets activated. That is also connected to vagus nerve. Just a moment ago, I said. And then, tell me where. And this is basically a vibration that comes down from here and enter this six chakras. That's all the six chakras. You create a vibration through that. you try to see, you will find some vibration in your stomach, in belly, and entire tube starts resonating. And if you think that if this is resonating, spinal cord is far back over there, how does that get activated? Just do it and you will check. So you this activates three different parts of our body, which by electromagnetic sensors and electrical sensors people have shown it. And also people have shown how if you practice it for a long period of time. When I was in MIT, and there was a Harvard professor who actually used to work on meditation and then Om and then pranayama and all these kind of things. And she checked. I saw some data with her in her microscope. So in her fMRI, she checked that even the blood vessels, they concentrate on different part of the brain. So basically, where the neural network is more or not, we cannot image that one because it's very difficult. But which part of the brain is supplying the blood vessels, based on that we decide that which part is getting activated or not, because directly we cannot cut the brain and we can do the study, right? So there is a bypass and different way. So if the blood has a lot of water, and if MRI resonates and then gives us a very clear picture of activity regions in a passive fashion. Always you should remember that. So now you understand that medically, when you are pronouncing Om, what are the significances. I will tell a little bit of religion, and I will finish this video. While going through different YouTube videos and articles, I found one explanation. It is missing everywhere, and I would like to share that with you, because you can easily find many significance, religions, and spiritual, and I'm not much interested into that. What I would like to bring in front of you is Sankhya philosophy and Mundaka Upanishad. These two needs to be blended, and this blending, there are very less research articles on Hinduism on the fusion of these two philosophies. So if you look at the Mundaka Upanishad, the fourth phase, that is Turiya, and Sankhya philosophy is Sattva Tama. If you want to fuse them, the central point is Om. The reason is that even though you say Om, there are three letters, Sattva Rajatama, equivalent, as you have already known. What is the projection? So Om always projects something to infinity. You know, infinity is a very foundation of Hinduism. If you want to understand Hinduism, you have to understand infinity, undefinedness, like singularity, many times, and several times I will come back to this particular concept. So infinity means where you cannot reach, unforeseen, unknown in this parameter. And when you reached over there and take a feedback from there, that is Sattva. You know this, I understand. But the ability or the quality in you, which that cannot be measured, which that cannot be seen, which that cannot be evaluated or estimated. What is that? You know very well. That's Purusha. So that's why when Mundaka Upanishad is talking about this, I mean, those who are scholars or students of Sankhya philosophy, you will immediately think, oh, are you talking about Purusha? So yes. So when you try to reach that level, and almost within your physical body, you do not have any feelings of anything, and you are connected to that. In Vedas, we say Tat. Tat means that. So I mean, that means always Brahman. Because we never say I. In Hindi, we say hum, mean all of us. So hum आपके घर जाएंगे, हम আমাদের বাড়িতে এসো, hamar, I. Or in Bengal, even 50 years back, they used to say ini খেয়েছেন, this has eaten. So this is this, because I don't know who is I. So this, that is Brahman. And when me goes there, the connect is Turiya state. So Turiya state is non-physical feelings. When I get out of body, my mind gets out and touches the non-physical realm of Purusha. So that is where the mind is, right? The Prakriti's triangle and Purusha's triangle, the junction point where Ahankara is born, mind is over there. So when you are able to get out of this physical body and concentrate over there, Om, that is Turiya. And if you want to get to that state, the best practice that you can do is a perfect pronunciation of Om. So download Audacity, make the sound such that it is 12, and that is a mantra for you. Thank you. Please do, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And for interesting information that is not available in the internet, I will try to create and compile several notes that I have produced over the years and share it with you so that they are not rotten in my personal notebook. Thank you.